All right, now change is not easy, especially for our kids. I know you guys know that. And it's really hard to ask your child to do something that you're not willing to do yourself. So I just have you consider that, change might not be just for them. It might be a family-wide change. And, when we talk about commitment, there's either interest or commitment. And the way I look at it is, when you're interested, you'll read a blog post. And when you're committed, that's pulling the pin on the grenade. When Vikings used to land in new territories, they would pull up, get everybody off, and then burn their boats, right? That is the full level of commitment. They are either going to win or die. And I'm going to show you strategies that may be a little bit difficult, and this won't work if you're not committed. I'll tell you that right now. And when things aren't easy, coolest thing is you can always lean back on your commitment to your child. So I'm just asking you, give me 5 weeks, give your child 5 weeks. The upside is you can completely change the trajectory of your child's future and of your life. And life gets way easier, right? That's the upside. And the downside is that you have 5 weeks of being more mindful, a little bit more thought going in. And I think, the risk reward there is more than worth it. So commit, measure your results, adjust, and just test everything. And the interesting fact is that if you make a 95% commitment, it's harder than making a 100% commitment. Why do you think that is? Because when you make that 5%, that gives you a choice. With 100% commitment, that doesn't leave room for poor decision making. And trust me, I'm not judging when I say this, but helicopter parenting won't work. It just won't. Our job is not to make our kids as comfortable as possible. Our job is to help them reach their potential. And a perfect example of commitment is me teaching you guys here today. I live in Florida. We're bracing for a hurricane, which I still need to prep for. I'm sick. I'm going to the doctor right after we get off this call. Yet, I showed up and I'm teaching you guys. Why? Because I'm committed to helping you. I said a little bit earlier, but you need to be willing to say no in order to say yes to your child's future. And this is a marathon, not a sprint. Results may take time, and this is a lifestyle shift, not, just do this, do that. So what happens next? I have a little homework for you guys, okay? I want you to keep a food log of the next week. Now, I know some people, may have the experience where breakfast, lunch, and dinner is the same because food and textures and things like that. What I want to do is just see where you guys are at there, okay? And if you guys are taking any supplements, put that down as well. I'd like to help you by showing you how you can make simple changes and finding easy wins. The other thing that this does, which is cool, is that it creates awareness of what's going into your children's body. And keep track. Does your child have cravings? Do they have problems sleeping? Are they food addicts? I remember my son would just walk up to me and he would just literally just stare at me and just pull on my shirt and just say goldfish, goldfish. And he'd do that for a half hour straight. Like just goldfish. And I'm like, wow, this kid is like addicted. And I'm going to go into the science of why that is next week, because it really is an addiction. Like the way that the food is processed into our brain, it blows my mind, but it's acts on the same receptors, certain chemicals, things that we eat as morphine. So how's their mood? How's their temperament? How's their energy after they eat? Those are all things that we want to be wary of. So tonight was the foundation. It was just the idea of shifting our mindsets and getting the mental frame and groundwork for the rest of the course. Next week, we are going to be peeling back layers of the onion and getting really deep into the nitty gritty and getting it's going to be pretty intense, especially if you don't have Well, that's just pretty intense, put it that way. So we're going to be diving into my 2R formula for healing our children's gut, reducing inflammation, and creating a lifestyle that works for the whole family. Specifically, what supplements your child should be taking to help heal the body and brain, how to avoid dangerous chemicals and toxins that are poisoning our children that are found in everyday items like shampoo and soap and things like that. Exactly what to eat, and then strategies for how to make that happen. Learn how food and chemical companies are deceiving us through healthy product labels, and much more. Ton of information here. That's why we're breaking it up the way we are. We're going to dive deep into the brain and gut connection and inflammation, and specifically how certain foods and chemicals make healing impossible for our children. So if you think about this training as a car, the gut-brain connection, which we'll be going over next week, is the thread that will tie all of the conversations that we have here together from here on out.